Hi, today's podcast is a question that I'm posting to my audience and every one of you who listen to this podcast on a weekly basis. By the way, I must say a big thank you for your followership and constantly taking time to listen. This means a lot to me. This is episode 17 of this podcast series, and all I can say is how time flies. Hi, my name is Uncle Don, and you are listening to This Thing in the Mud.
Really like what you done to me. I can't really explain it.
I still remember having a bant with a friend of mine some months back on why a woman's physiology or structure, and specifically the butt, bum or buttocks as you may call it, has so much power to drive the male gender crazy. My friend and I were wondering what makes this possible and if men were truly blind to this knowledge. I mean, as curious as a man is, they have built the tallest buildings in the world and went to the moon and back. I'm sure finding out why men are crazy about a woman's butt would be nothing to them. Well, of course, the internet is always there to find out stuff. So I went on a little research and every link that I saw had a similar story, but not a definite answer to my question. So why are men truly attracted to the female butt? For a start, let's establish the fact that there are certain conversations that can be difficult to make, especially in certain cultures, and this most likely would sound like a taboo in some quarters. But regardless, I believe this is a harmless piece of discourse, and I am happy to talk about it. You see, the idea that men are very much attracted to a woman's bum, again, can be a cultural thing. For example, in the UK, studies have shown that this isn't necessarily a thing, and white British men are not necessarily attracted to big bums or sweat by it when looking for a lady. Whereas in Argentina, the story is different. Men in Argentina are very much attracted to a woman's shape and bum, to be specific. I didn't really find a thing about the Arabs or Asians, but I'm pretty sure where that pool will fall if it came down to that. Oh, of course, I know you are waiting for the Africans, and to be honest, this is a no-brainer. I've always felt that most African men are attracted to women with big bum the most, and they also rub their idea of a woman's beauty on the rest of the world. So that needs no research at all. They say that knowledge is power and curiosity is what built the modern day world. In my little Google search, I found out that the question of why men are attracted to the female lower region could be attributed to different interesting reasons. First, this is all research work by some professor in the US. It could be based on the norm that men from the time of old fancied women who had bigger hips or bum because they had the capacity to carry their unborn child with ease. Now, the study showed that women having a big bum and pregnant meant that they could balance the weight that a mother would have during pregnancy. The spinal structure of a woman would have enabled pregnant women to balance their weight over the hips. These women would have been more effective at foraging during pregnancy and less likely to suffer spinal injuries. So, we take it that the load in front would most definitely balance the load at the back. So, in a nutshell, women who do not have big bum have more difficulty carrying babies during pregnancy. Oh boy, man, someone needs to check this out for me. Like, I legit want to ask ladies who do not have big bums but have babies how true this is. And I also want to ask ladies with big bum how true this is. I mean, because they say experience is the best teacher. Are they more intelligent, or do they feel more intelligent with their big bum? And do they feel that's what attracts men to them? I mean, it's the first time I'm hearing this, and I must say that I'm really, really interested. So does it mean that men were very calculative and based their liking for the female, but on the fact that they wanted someone who could carry their little kids? But that's not all. speaking of babies, I also found out that a woman with a big butt, according to studies, apparently have smarter kids. And tend to be more intelligent themselves. So the fat stored in a woman's butt, called glutafemoral fat, has unique long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acid, and that are important for baby's brain development. As the glutafemoral fat stores goes up, so do the cognitive scores of babies born to women with large hips. And not only are babies advantaged, but even the mothers are. Mothers with large hips and butts also have a significant advantage on cognitive tests. That one is interesting, I must say. But is this really what really attracts a man to a woman's butt? Because I personally don't really believe this. Well, I know some people who would listen to this and say, man, that's a big lie. And of course, if you don't have a big butt as a lady, I don't necessarily agree that you are less smarter. So don't crucify me, I didn't make this up. This is just some study on the internet. It might be true or not. Even I was shocked when I first read it. You see, it is interesting to know that even the studies presented with all of this still concludes that men aren't aware of these rather logical reasons why they are attracted to large butts. But attracted they are, which means that men haven't really put in time to find out about one of the most interesting things on earth that sometimes put them in trouble. I must say it still doesn't do justice to my question, but I will settle with this for now. But now, this is the question. Do women have the answers to this? Do they know why or what is in a woman's lower region that makes a man go crazy? So many people don't talk about stuff because society has taken the power from their mouth and made them speechless. And because we do not spark conversation or take the initiative of engaging our fellow humans, we allow certain narratives to flourish. I am challenging you today. Having said that, it will be nice to hear your opinion about this podcast. Do you have an alternative answer to this? Let me know.
My name is Uncle Don, and you are listening to This Thing in the Mud. If you enjoyed this podcast, please don't forget to drop us a comment and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can also get your podcast from all places that you get your podcast from. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful week ahead of you. All my love.
'Cause I really like what you done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. I really like what you've done to me, baby. I can't really explain it, but I am so into